Hi guys, welcome back. Another episode of No Clue Garage. So my plans for today kind of got spoiled a little bit. I was supposed to go pick up another car, not a Volkswagen, just a regular Chevy car. Has some engine issues. I was going to try to fix it, see if I couldn't flip it. So we're going to push that back to maybe next weekend. But I tell you what we are doing today. Give you a little sneak peek of what's going on. These arrived today, and my shadows are all in it. These are made by MaxGrip. It's the MaxGrip GT, or MaxGrip Classic GTs, 155 R15s. And they are gonna go on the old stink bug. But they also are gonna go on the wife's Super Beetle. So before we can do that, I have to get these off. Put together a tire tool that I bought at Harbor Freight. And then I've got a guy that does mobile sandblasting that he's gonna give me a price on what it's gonna take to go ahead and sandblast them. Then we're gonna paint them. We're still up in the air on what we're gonna paint them, but we'll get that figured out by the time. So it might be a little short video this week. If I've got time, I've got another little VW side project I'm working on. Interior on my 67. Gonna start taking the seat frames apart, getting them cleaned up, getting them ready for some upholstery. So if we get done with this stuff in time, we might jump onto that. We'll see. So let's get the jack stands out, get started. All right, if you guys haven't been able to tell by now, you guys know I'm cheap. So one thing to help me save some budget on getting these tires mounted up is I went to old Harbor Freight and bought me one of these here tire tool machines. Now in the past I've changed tires by hand. It's not bad for what I paid for it. I think it was like $59 at Harbor Freight. I have yet to use it. Tires should be getting here soon. I just got a text message. Things I can tell is some of this, like on the bead breaker here, you put a lot of pressure on this pipe here when you're trying to break a bead. And if that tire's been on there for a long time, you know, those get really tough. So I'm worried that this thinner wall tube here might start to bend on me. Which is one thing that I've kind of figured when I was looking at it in the store. This piece of tube here is not that hard to replace with a thicker piece. Everything else seems to be pretty good steel construction. It does have mounts where I can mount it down. So I'll probably just, if I need to, the stability, weld it to a steel wheel or something so I can roll around. I've done lots of tires the old school way, just on the ground with a tire tool. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use this, how much I'm going to use this stuff up here. Heck, it might be pretty handy, so we'll see. But we'll start getting the tires on, and when we're done, I'll let you know how it works. I'm going to start with this front one. On this one, I only got to take these two off because the other two of that same style that I'm going to use are already loose. Which is good because I'm kind of low on jack stands. There's one. Watch your toes. Also on a future project on this. Pretty soon though. Since I'm getting tires, I'm gonna get it tagged in this year. Before I do that, I gotta replace these tie rod ends. They're pretty worn out, got some wobble. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace all of those. I think the ball joints are still good. They still feel solid. I still want to try to do an air ride to kind of lower this front end a little bit. I don't really know if I want to do drop spindles yet until I get a narrowed beam. There's just a whole bunch. You go down a whole rabbit hole when you start to try to lower these things. A lot of people swear that you got to have a lowered beam because your wheels will rub your up in here into your fenders and stuff. I don't know. I might just try it without it and see what happens. This is an oily mess down here. Yeah, an oil leak somewhere I need to take care of.
Isn't there always an oil leak on a bug?
Yeah. Things bugs and Harley Davidsons have in common. If they're not leaking oil, then you're out of oil. Trust me, I know. I've got both.
I don't know what you laid in, but your shirt changed color.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I do have blocks of wood under the wheels on the other side. Kind of keep it from rolling. This is the one that I just had put on there. The sway bar is not hooked up anymore. Which doesn't really matter because that'll come unhooked when I lower it anyway.
Flip.
Oh. That was not slow.
Flip. My turn?
Your turn.
Yay.
Okay, right here would be fine. Right here on this metal bracket. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Start jacking up. Okay, whoa. Just let it down. Right there. Tighten it back up. Right there. There you go. Because I don't have the proper tool to get these hubcaps off. But I have a big screwdriver. So we'll see what we can do there. Once we can paint the wheels, we gotta be careful with this. Because you don't want to scratch up the paint. Because it will scratch up the paint really good. Alright. You just set that up there on the mess of. You're going to want to work down more than to the side. And keep your hand out in front because it will fly off. There you go. But see what I mean about when we get it painted?
It's gonna scratch the heck out of them.
Uh-huh. Ah, it's just a spider.
A speeder. Yeah.
And then you keep those handy. Why do you keep those handy?
To catch the
To put the lug nuts in. I just screwed mine back into the hubs, which we'll probably do on yours.
That's what I assumed you were gonna do.
Make our way around my dirty little garage here. Okay, get that other one that I put on top of the toolbox. And those just need to be hand tight. So the thing about that is these are weird jack stands. We're gonna have to find here. I'm gonna have to find somewhere good to put that. Those are meant for holding up like a travel trailer to level it. Not necessarily.
Hold up a car?
But I mean, this is this really a full car?
No, it's about half a car.
But luckily on yours, the style of the Super, you got this big old pan right here. Just run that up till it touches right there. Now we can move to the other side.
There's some of my handiwork. Fixing the brakes.
That one wasn't even tight.
Yeah, that one.
Get the back end jacked up.
They're both up.
No, this one's not.
There's, I can see light underneath.
You can see. We'll give it one more. Give it one more. All right, that'll work. All right, get your zip gun. I have no clue. Hey, you gonna break my new tires?
You're gonna get stuck in them.
No, that blue off the white wall is gonna rub and get stuck all on your clothes.
You're probably getting rubber all over that brand new coat.
Yep, black rubber.
On the clip.
Yeah, you gotta lift it up just a little bit. Stuck on that little cotter key. There you go. I think it was time for some new tires. Those are cracked all around.
They've probably been on here 15 years. At least.
There's a date code on the side.
I don't
have to
remember
look and see.
I don't remember ever changing the tires. If we're being completely honest. I'm sure he did at some point, but I started driving this thing in 2006. I don't remember anything with tires.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're out of jack stands.
So we're gonna leave it on the thing?
What you're gonna do is you're gonna go back there and you are going to slowly let that jack down. And yep, and leave it on the jack.
Okay, so it's still off the ground,
Yeah,
but the jack's
the
not.
jack will stay there.
Okay.
Pretty much we only needed the jack stands under it so that we can get a jack back under it when it's time to put them back on.
Right.
That's the only reason why you put jack, I mean, it's not the only reason. Jack stands are for safety, but if you're gonna leave it off, you need to be able to get your jack back under. But this is my second jack. So if you could slowly let it down,
I'm scared.
just wiggle the handle a little bit as you turn.
It's like grinding.
Well, I did find that jack on the side of an old county road. Brought it home, lubed it up, and
You might have to do this.
Here.
I'm scared.
okay, let's see. What you do is side to side while you turn. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let that sit just like that. Now your car would look good as a lowrider.
I don't see. Okay, I agree. It would look good. I'm not opposed to lowering it one day. That's just not anywhere near the top of the list right now.
All right, so we're gonna start with one of yours. This part I've done before. Working out on the farm, I've fixed many a flats by hand. So popping them off the bead breaker and getting them off manually with tools, I've done that many times. It's been many years, but I've never used a machine like this. We'll give it a try. If not, I'll just get bars. But I do know the first thing you want to do is pull your valve core out. Let all that air out. I will need to go get new valve stems before I put this together. And if valve stem pull, push that back in. You could get one of those magnetic trays. So now, I'm gonna lift this up, set this in there. There's a little notch in there. Pull the tire up against. This is gonna set right in between there. And then our bar will slide in here and catch. See, this is the part where I'm gonna probably need to mount it down because I need that leverage.
Let me stand on it.
Wow,
That came off easy.
that went really easy. So I'm just gonna spin it a little bit. Over here, step on it. That bead's broke. Flip it over and repeat. Oh, wow.
I might be able to do that.
Maybe. So now, here's the part I know nothing about because I've never used anything like this. I did glance through the instructions, but I'm supposed to pull this off. Take this off. Take this big washer off. Tire down here. Take this handy pin that comes with it. Slide it down in there. That back down there. That doesn't thread all that good. It's because it's got some powder coat in the threads. That'll eventually wear off of there. There it goes. Once you get past it, it'll thread down. There you go. So now in my old days, I'd just get 2 tools and just start getting after it. But we're gonna try this. I have no idea how to use this. Soapy water is your friend. The more soap, the better. Makes it slick. So, let me see. I don't know. I can't get that in there. Let's go get in there and get behind that bead, like so. Get pushed down over here. Pull that. Yeah, I really need to get that mounted down.
Got some pallets over there. Go bolt it to one of them.
This is damn near impossible without it mounted. But it works. Pull that out. Now you just pretty much got to do the same thing with the back side. This is more clumsy than anything. Just like that. Problem is we're able to do this on yours because yours is a smaller 4-lug. Mine is the wide 5. I don't think it's going to fit on this stuff. It's probably one of the oldest tires I've got, but oh my gosh. That just fell right off the bead.
That was easy.
Okay, this is the part that I don't know about. With mine being the wide 5-lug pattern, I don't know if it's going to work up here. Because that fits right through.
The thing that's supposed to hold it down.
Yep.
Can it just be off center? Because once you put the little pin through a hole.
No, because if I put the pin through a hole there, it doesn't work. I mean, if it would set right there, but there's no way to lock it down. So, guess what that means?
You do it the old way?
We're going old school. So this is just a regular carpenter's pry bar. Your actual tire tool, you really want what they call like a spoon. It's got a little lip here that'll help catch the tire and keep it from slipping off. I don't have one. We're gonna use this. Remember, lots of soap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, we'll get down here, grab that bead, kick down here, pull that up. With that there, I'm gonna grab a second bar. You ever change the bicycle tire? Same concept. You just work your way around. After you do 2 or 3, it gets to the point where it'll just pop out. Just like that. One more tool. Get yourself a BFH. If you don't know what that stands for, it's a big freaking hammer. It's stand this up, get your bar. You don't want to go to the other lip of the rim. So first, on the back bead, you want to take this, bend that over. Do not hit the rim, just hit the tire. Good. And that's how you do that. I've done that many times out in the middle of the wheat field, fixing anything from pickup tires to tractor tires. It'll work every time. Sometimes you just got to beat it a little harder.
I think you're doing it wrong.
That's supposed to be mounted to the ground.
So you're doing it wrong.
Sun's right in the sun.
It's the third one. My conclusion so far is it's easier to just do it the old way. The bead breaker, I couldn't have done this without the bead breaker part, but this tire dismount part is, I don't know. I don't want to say it's not worth it, but so far it hasn't helped me much.
Probably be better if it wasn't moving around.
I'm just going to do it the old way with a bar and a BFH. Bar. Hammer.
No, not the hammer again. That scared me. Daddy, guess what? I can do this.
Yeah.
That scare you, Allie?
Yeah. This one's blowing.
It's unblowing?
Unblowing.
Yeah.
It smells weird.
The rubber on the inside tire. Yep, too close. There you go, about right in there. Yep, just like that. You got to get between the tire and the rim, and then just pull it over. Now, pull it to you. Yep, like that. And then grab another bite. Once you do it like once, that other bar will just hold itself there.
I'm using it for leverage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's getting behind it, but it's...
Yeah, you see how it keeps slipping? That's why I said you really want a tire tool that has the little spoon end on it.
Ripped off the rubber.
It's fine. So if it's like that, move a little closer. Yeah, about right in there. There you go. You just work your way around. Come try this side if you want. Flip your bar over. You're going to have to push down while you're pulling it around to make sure it stays in there. There you go. Now your next bite should be easy. You can come like over here or over there and get it. Okay, maybe a little closer. All right, now come grab it over here on the end. Yep. So you're not getting down in between. But you've got it now, so. Yeah. Okay. So now stand it straight up. Turn it around. Wheel facing away from you. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get that bar straight in this way.
Which bar?
That bar you just had. Flip it over like that. And you're going to want to go all the way in to the other side of the metal wheel.
Okay.
I think you flipped your bar. Yeah, there you go.
To get
Okay.
it around.
Now you're going to want to pull towards you.
Pull what towards me?
The whole bar. Pull the bar towards you. Now keep pulling. Your bar's in there a little too much. Hold this. Okay. Now pull the bar until that that tire folds over itself. Keep going.
Hammer.
Try it right there. Now you want to hit this tire right in these areas, but do not hit the rim. Nope, you don't have enough pressure on it. Here, take this. You want to get this, and you want to get this folded down like that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay,
I,
so that's all yours.
and I didn't successfully do any of them. Dang it.
Okay, I haven't done this in, let's see, what year is it? 2025, so 24 years? It's been about 24 years since I left working on the farm and got, you can say, a real job. So we're going to see if I still remember how.
What are you doing?
We can get rid of this, right? This is a good tire still. I mean, I'd run it down the road, but it's not what we want. So we're gonna put it on this rim for a spare. You always need a good spare. Soap. Soap is your friend. Lots of it. If you thought you used a lot taking the tire off, use even more putting the tire on. Now I'm probably gonna fail at this. Like I said, it's been a long time. But what you want to do is get your big old foot, put right there, grab the inside bead, and you're going to sling this on and try to grab this inside bead on that rim. Like that. And then, most of the times, you walk them down, sometimes you got to use a bar. It's just like reverse taking it off. now you're going to want to get one bead down. Step on that sucker. Sometimes you can walk them on. Don't be afraid to just stand there. Put your weight. It's going to help you. Move around a little bit. Get another bite. Get that tire in there. I don't recommend going through your legs. Tire's on. Now this part is fun, and I can tell because this tire is a lot skinnier than that rim. We're going to try it first. Again, lots of soap on the beads. And I'm leaving the valve core out here to help a little bit better airflow. But what we got to do is get this thing to seat on the beads. Whatever you do, do not get your finger in between the tire and the bead because you will lose a finger. I don't think we're going to have much luck.
Blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Hand me the BFH, please.
Ugh. BFH.
Sometimes you can go around, kind of shock it into the bead area there. Just like that. Took the bead. Come on. Got a lot of air coming out. All around this valve core, please.
Does it matter which one?
No, I don't think so. You can hear it leaking all the way around the bead, which I cleaned it with a wire brush, but it might need some better cleaning. Might have to pop this one back off. Clean it up a little more. Cleaned up inside the bead area of the wheel and put some grease this time. So we'll see what happens. Not taking yet. There it goes, I think. Nope. Let the compressor air up. I've got a very small little compressor, so we'll let that air up a little bit while we're waiting. It's
It sounded better.
leaking right here at these stupid wheel weights that I should have took off of there. Leaking around right there. But I know I don't have enough air in it yet to seat it. I gotta wait for that compressor to build.
I don't hear anything.
No, it's sounds like the tire's about to blow out. Maybe it was just seating on the bead.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it hurt. It sounded like the rubber was ripping. No, I think it was just seating on the bead. That was scary.
I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Yeah, step back a bit. But that's only 15. What?
That can't be right.
My gauge is reading 15 psi.
So you read that and then it's been losing air for a minute. So
Let me double check my gauge on a good tire. $38. The gauge is working. So that was just the tire seating on the bead. There's nowhere near enough in there yet. It's right there where those weights are. Those weights are digging into the tire. This rim is not going to work as a spare. Hey,
no air
the
noise.
hissing air sound went away. 11. All that work for nothing. Valve stem's bad. Yay. That's my luck. That's all right. It's easy to put a valve stem in.
I'm taking out the valve stems and the weights. Anyone know how old that is?
It says Ward. I don't know if that's Montgomery Ward or if that's the name brand. I'm gonna guess it's from the 70s.
Kind of cool.
Well, they stopped using this wide 5 pattern on the bugs in 67 was the last year. 68 they went to the small pattern like yours. And
That's
on-
not saying somebody didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, but the buses used it up to 72, so that could be 70s. I'd say it's probably 70. It's no older than that.
You can stick it in your dash somewhere. It's kind of cool. And it didn't get tore up coming off.
Could be.
It is heavy. All done. So now we're ready for the sandblaster.
Yeah. And then after that, we'll paint. I'm still debating problem is when you paint, if you paint the wheel with the tire off, when you put the tire on, when you're in your bar,
Scratch it.
and you can put like tape and stuff around your bar to help, but when that tire rubs, it rubs. See how this rim's raw where this was painted?
Mm-hmm.
It'll do that. So one of the tricks I do is you put the tire on, but before you blow the bead and everything on,
That's when you paint it.
what you do is you take a trash bag and you hold it up center. Hold it center there, right there, cut it, and then it'll fit. And you go in, push the bead down, and put it in around there, and then you paint your wheel. The trash bag is folded over your tire.
How do you get the trash bag back out?
You pull it out. After the paint dries, you pull it out, and then you air up the tire.
Huh.
Yeah, and then that way you don't have to worry about it. So we'll probably do that.
Why does this one look crackly?
That is an old, like probably an enamel style paint. This is, sometimes these rims have
I mean, it's kind of cool.
date stamps in them. See anything on the inside? It's hard to tell. After we get them blasted, we might be able to find it. Sometimes they'll have date stamps stamped in them. But that looks like it's an old enamel paint that's just cracked.
It's cool looking. It's crackly.
So we'll have to look after we have them blasted. See if we can find a date stamp. No.
No, it's like a size. Something X15.
It's like 4JX15. No.
There's like a T right there.
Is there? Yep, there's a T. I don't know. Have to do some Googling to see if that means anything. The 4JX15, according to, what is this I'm on? The Samba, which is a pretty good resource for anything Volkswagen. You need to look something up. But the 4JX15 is the stock 66-67 wheel. So now I'm curious to see if I can see it on all of them. It's hard to tell. Probably going to have to wait till they're blasted.
There's a VW.
That one actually has a VW sticker. And I think there's something right under there. But I'm going to have to wait till they're blasted. But I'm curious because it'd be nice to have a full set of 66-67 wheels. They all look the same. They all have, of course, they're all the wide 5. They all have the 3 bumps for the hubcaps. So I imagine they're all about the same, which is the style of I wanted to go with. The smoothies look cool too. That's what that one that we were doing the spare was a smoothie. But these are what was on the car, so I like that look. So I'm gonna go back with it. So we'll see. Oh, these things are getting heavier as the day goes on.
They really are.
Fun part about that is, which I just saw at the bottom, another comment here, is that they will only take the 66 and 67 hubcaps. I think I have them, but they are rough, really rough. I don't even think they'll shine up. So I might be looking for some. I did see a set of 67 hubcaps on Facebook Marketplace yesterday that were rougher than yours. Still had some shine, and they wanted $100 for the set.
For the whole set?
For the whole set.
Doesn't sound that bad.
It doesn't sound bad, but when you're the one spending out the money.
Well, yeah, but still, it's $100 for 4 of them.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I've got a set. Let's see. Actually, I've got more than a set. Oh, good.
I didn't even know you were going to do hubcaps.
Yes. Of course. So I've got hubcaps.
A few.
I just need to figure out what's what and get the better ones because they're all different. As you can see how this doesn't have a lip. That one does. I think
That one doesn't see a VW
that
on
one
it.
doesn't even have it's not even stamped. But I have a pair of those. This is a smooth. This is a smooth.
Does look like mine.
That is a smooth. Here's another one of these. So I'm hoping they're these.
That logo that looks weird. Why does that stamp look weird? Doesn't it? Or am I imagining things?
That is a weird.
That stamp looks weird.
That is a weird.
What is that?
I'm gonna have to do some research on
Yeah.
that. I don't know what that is because this is the VW.
Does anyone know what that is?
What is that stamp?
That's very strange.
Let's see. I think. And I am wrong.
Doesn't fit.
These don't fit.
Those probably fit mine.
So I bet what I'm needing is this one. No, those are still this size. Yours are smaller.
Oh.
So that's it right there.
So you have
I have one of
one
them.
of them.
So I am going to be looking for some 66, 67 hubcaps. I'll just paint the hubs flat black and run them without until I can find a pair.
That won't look bad.
But they've got to have this lip. This lip sits down onto these three nubs that are in the wheel. Well, that just kind of bursted my bubble because I thought for sure with all these hubcaps I was going to have a set. These would probably fit on there, but I don't know what these are from.
Yeah, those are weird. They almost look like they're supposed to have an emblem attached.
Now, this with no lip, see how this rim has these metal brackets on here? These ones, that's what that's for.
Well, at least you have that one.
Yeah, it'll look good in the front.
In the front.
In the front where the spare goes.
I don't think my spare has a cap.
So that is, I'm still. that
That's
is a
weird.
Weird stamp.
It doesn't even look like Volkswagen. Like, I can't even really see the...
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I guess I can, because there's the W.
Yeah, that is a really weird stamp. I'll have to post some pictures online and see if anybody knows. There's a project for another day. Like I'd mentioned at the beginning of the video, if I have time, I wanted to start working on these. I don't know if I'm gonna get time in this video. If the sandblaster guy comes tomorrow, probably gonna be busy on those wheels. If he doesn't, and the boy is done with his science fair project I have to help him with, then I'm gonna start ripping these frames apart, cleaning them up before I put new padding and upholstery on them.
I don't think your part of the science fair project's really going to take that long.
Probably not.
So, I think we'll still have a lot of time.
I would still love to find a red door that kind of matches the patina. This thing got beat up really bad here, and somebody tried to break in, it looks like here.
She's a little rough.
She's a little rough. But oh well.
One day, this is going to be a ongoing project for a long time.
Yep.